Hi there. Today when I went to do a small paint restock, I found some new ones in a local Asian variety store, and the owner of the store told me that they were trialling these ones. They are called Artrangers Acrylic Colour, 75ml. This colour is magenta, and it says on the back, acrylic of intense colours, permanent, water resistant and flexible when dry. And it looks really good. It says for studio, so I'm going to make these up and use them on a canvas, but I thought before I did I would show you how I make up my paints, and we'll see how this one goes. As usually I use Reno Art paint, which of course I use a 50-50 mix, one part of my pouring medium to one part of the paint, but this time I think I will probably, because it's studio paint, use 2 parts of my pouring medium to one part of the paint. So I've got a cup here and my scales for weighing, which I like to use because although that I don't get a perfect measurement, I'm pretty sure of what I actually do get, and then I know I'm on the right track. So I'll just put that on, and I actually prefer to do it in ounces rather than grams, even though I live in a country that is grams, litres, kilometres, etc. So I will try the red. Try the red one. That's the one I'll show you that I'll make up. I'll just take that off and see what sort of consistency I'm going to get. Oh, that looks pretty already. Reminds me more of crimson than magenta. And I will get my pouring medium, which I've already made up. That is 1 part water to 2 parts PVA glue. I'll just pour in approximately 1.5 ounces. And I will add 1 ounce of the magenta paint. Oh yes, that's thick. Oh my goodness, that is very thick. Okay, I might even have to add more pouring medium, most likely, definitely more water. Yes, lovely and thick and smooth and creamy, just beautiful. A little dot more. I'll get a stirring stick ready to go. That was lovely. Okay. Get my stirring stick and give it a bit of a mix. Loving the colour already. Definitely leans towards a pinky crimson. So that's magenta. I can't remember using magenta before. I may have, but it would have been quite a while ago. I tend to go for either a good solid red or a crimson, towards the darker, more burgundy or berry shades. That's definitely going to need a little bit more water, as I want a slightly more runny consistency. Oh, that's much better. I'm planning on doing another tree ring pour. If not this afternoon, then tomorrow. And so I thought if I mix up my paints now, I'll get a good, yes, that's lovely, a good consistency, and then I can just let the bubbles rise to the surface. Not quite so many of them. No, that's good. Excellent. So there you are. That is my new paint colours that I am trying, and I'll find out the name of the place. I can see it in my head, but I can't remember the name, and I'll put it in the description below the video I do using these paints. As you've just seen, I'm trying out some new paints today. They're called Artranger, which I've also just said. But the reason I wanted to try them, of course, was because they are a cheap paint for New Zealand. These tubes cost me $2.50 each, and there's 75 mils of paint, but as you saw on the previous clip, it is quite thick, so I have used more of my pouring medium than paint. And I bought these from a shop here in New Plymouth in New Zealand called Best Deals. I don't know where, I don't think there's a regular outlet here for them, and I'm assuming anybody who might be interested in them would be a good idea to look up Google or a search engine on the internet to find it. And because they're new paints and I'm just trying them out, I've decided to do just a straight pour. So I'm now going to pour them into the cup until I have used all the paints. Okay, so I've got a recycled canvas here and I have filled up the cup with paint. I probably have too much, but I have decided not to prep the canvas by putting a layer of paint down to slide this across. I'll just tip it as it is and let it go, and spread it across the canvas. So I'm going to make a spout and just slowly pour the paint in the centre onto the canvas. When I edit the video, of course, I will speed up that process, but pouring it is, reasonably slowly, I think gives a better colour effect than just sloshing it out onto the canvas. And I'm not the most patient of people, so I'm quite pleased with the way that pattern has come out. Okay. I will just say there is no silicone or dimethicone added to this, of course, as I'm trialling the new paint, so I didn't want anything else in with it. So I'm now ready to do the tilt. Wow, that is, it's just beautiful. I'm so pleased with the colours, the way they sort of work together. I lost the rainbow effect during the tilting, which I expected to happen because I was working on a dry canvas. So if I had put down a base paint, I would have kept a lot of the pattern, but it was just trying the paint to see exactly how it would blend or not blend, whether it would be defined or whether I would end up with it as it is. But I am so happy with that, and it's, yes, at the moment fixing up the corners to make sure they are all covered. So once again, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. When I went to lift the painting up, I realised I still had quite a lot of paint on there, so I decided to do a little more tilting. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn the camera on, but this is the final result, and I just think the colours are beautiful. I know there's a name, I think it might be called geode, but I'm not sure whether that is correct. But I'm so happy with the movement of the paint. It's just wonderful. So I just thought I would just turn the camera on again to show you what it looks like after I have tilted off some of the paint that was in the middle of the canvas. Sadly, the canvases do get a bit saggier the more you scrape and reuse them.